Up straight? Now I am. Hey guys, welcome back to Life After Neverland, Big Brother Edition. We're glad to be here.
Oh yeah, you guys. And before we get started, we want to say thank you so much to all the people who've recently subscribed to us. Our channel has grown tremendously, and we are super grateful for you. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It lets other people know that we even are out there and exist. So please make sure to do that before you leave us today.
80% of the people watching our videos right now are not currently subscribed to our channel, and we would love to have you here. We're going to do Big Brother videos all season long. We put a lot of energy into these. We try to make them as fun as possible, so please hit the subscribe button. Stick around for a while. Be part of the Life After Neverland family. Help us get to 1,000 subscriptions. We would love it.
Let's build a fun Life After Neverland community. Okay.
So today is Monday morning, which means yesterday was the Sunday episode. Where would you like to start today?
Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about was Nicole crying about not really saying thank you to Devon when she won. It just seemed like crocodile tears to me, but also it seemed kind of weird because there was no beginning or climax or whatever to her tears. All of a sudden we see her in the diary room just busting out and literally nearly bawling. It just seemed convenient. At least that's how it looked. We saw what was going on the live feeds, and it really did appear as if Nicole was just trying to get in Devon's good graces because they were in the Big Brother house.
Well, of course.
It didn't seem sincere to me.
She's only apologizing now because she has something to gain from apologizing now. And what I loved was Mama Day was like, "Oh, girl, come here. Oh, it's okay, baby. Okay, I got you. Okay, hey, you better leave the room before people get suspicious." She leaves the room and she goes, yeah, whatever, girl. I was like, so during the hug, I was like, no, Mama Day's falling for it. And then she left. Mama Day looked at the camera like, and I was like, yes, she saw through it.
But those are the reasons why people like Devon so much. Continuing on the Nicole train, a lot of BB fans do not feel that Nicole is sincere, and she just falls into that trap continually over and over again. So it's hard for Big Brother fans in particular, to really enjoy Nicole in the way that we want to. Like, is Nicole sweet, or is Nicole insincere? And she really comes across as insincere because you think that she's going to play a different game this season, but then you see her up in Cody's HOH room saying, guess what, I'm going to start a girls alliance, you start a boys alliance, and then I'll just tell you everything. So guess what, Nicole? You're being a traitor again to women, to other women, your teammates. It's just, this is the reason why people think you are not a girl's girl.
Confessions of a Big Brother fan. If you go back a couple videos ago, I think 3 or 4 Big Brother videos ago, I was on the Nicole F train when we were talking about people we want to see come back in the house. I wanted Nicole to come back in because I'm remembering her on the Zach season, and I think I liked her because I was laughing at how Zach was treating her, and maybe I got confused on who was actually funny. Now that she is back, I think I made a horrible mistake. She should not have been on my list, and I think there's a reason why Derek, Dan, Rachel, her sister, Evil Dick, Janelle, all these people that we love, all cannot stand Nicole. So
I was surprised that Janelle didn't like Nicole. I was actually surprised because I don't always follow Twitter like everyone else, so I was like, wow. Well, I think in the season that you're talking about, Nicole was really nice, and I really enjoyed her too. It's kind of what happened afterwards that kind of, in my opinion, the light started to change a little bit with Nicole. And when she came back for the season with Paul, she just was different.
I was watching one of our fellow Big Brother commentators, Jolene, and she had a really good perspective on Nicole. She said Nicole just needs to own her game. It's not that she is who she is, and that's why we don't like her. It's because she just won't own it. Like, if you're a bad girl, just admit you're a bad girl. Janelle is not one of the sweet, lovable Big Brother players. She's cutthroat, and she owns it. She knows she's cutthroat, and that's why we love her. She just needs to own it. To stop trying to be America's sweetheart and then slitting people's throats behind their back. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I do feel like Nicole is going to have a tough season, especially when she gets out, depending on how she plays this game moving forward. But she's going to realize that a lot of people still feel the same way about her, and maybe even worse. So we'll have to see, because she already came into the game with a lot of rumors, about throwing Derek and Dan under the bus so that they couldn't end up being on BB because she thought that they were pre-gaming, and they might have been. But I think Janelle actually confirmed it on the live feeds, you guys, that she actually did do that.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's enough people saying something happened with Derek and Dan and Nicole for it not to be true. Mm-hmm. And then Derek even came out on Twitter and said, I personally am very upset with Nicole right now, but it was my decision not to play Big Brother. So there's something there. And Dan is just avoiding the conversation completely. So there's definitely something there. And if Nicole did something shady, I made a joke to Karin yesterday. It's kind of funny because Nicole might have been playing Big Brother before the season even started. And she got her 2 biggest threats kicked off the show. So.
Right, exactly. And there was a question that I had for all of you guys. Which is worse? Pre-gaming before the show when maybe there's others that were pre-gaming that BB don't even know about, like maybe Cody and Tyler, for example. That is annoying, but what's more annoying for me is when you have players that play BB that don't even know what BB is. Like David Alexander, for example. This is his 2nd season, and he's saying, what is a veto?
So, are we shifting to David now? So let's,
yes, veto. What?
Let's talk David for a second. Again, confessions from a Big Brother fan number 2. I was pulling for David. I was fighting for David. I was getting heat on Twitter because I was sticking up for David. When I watched David last season, I was like, man, he would have been a great player. He got screwed. And a lot of people were saying what I'm saying, and we were all wrong. Like, he has just proven that he does not belong in this house. There was probably 100 other Big Brother past contestants that could have been, I mean, even Andy Herron would have been better on this season than David. David doesn't know what the heck is going on. He doesn't know who's who. He doesn't know what a veto is. Why is he on an all-star season?
Is he being serious, or is this his game strategy? Because if it is his game strategy, I don't think it's all that smart, because that's going to get you booted by an all-star. In my opinion, I'd be like, this dude doesn't even know what a veto is.
And he
doesn't have a right to be here.
And they're saying that, right? Wasn't Cody up in the room saying he didn't even know what a veto was? Like,
yeah, like you look like an idiot. If this is your game strategy, I think it's idiotic, personally.
Yeah.
I do. It's play the dumb card? No way. I don't think so. Not in an all-star. This is the ultimate camp comeback, David.
It's like, okay, if you're coming onto a game that you never heard of before, you better stay up 2 nights in a row and just binge seasons. Learn who's who. Learn tactics. You should come to the house educated. Even if you've never watched it before, you probably find out you're going to be on the season maybe a month before you actually are on the season. Binge it. Watch the seasons. Figure out who Janelle is. Figure out who Dr. Will is. Learn their strategies. Do something. Don't just walk in and go, what's a veto?
To me,
hey guys, what's a veto?
Yeah, to me that is so, I don't want to sound like Poindextery, but that's really disrespectful of Big Brother itself. Like, when you get a brand new job, what do? And it's disrespectful for the opportunity within itself. And you're in the house with Kaser, Janelle, Danielle Donato, and you, like, didn't do any research to at least know what a veto is?
Yeah.
What?
So,
moving on. Bye, David, for now. Bye. Okay? So, I wrote down that Cody is aligned with, it's coming across that his alliance is now going to consist of at least a couple people that I'm gathering. Danny, Nicole, Tyler, Memphis, and Enzo. What do you guys think? This is what I'm just gathering. And then Shawn found something on Twitter, so he's going to match me and see if I'm right or wrong. So tell us what the Twitter world is saying in regards to alliances and where they're lining up.
What's really cool with this season is because you got so many great players, like, there's not a clear line between alliances. Some of the rookie seasons, you see, like, this alliance forms and this alliance forms, and then these floaters kind of wait to be picked up by one of the alliances. And that's not really the case because different people are getting along with different people in different alliances. It's kind of cool. So here's a picture. Kind of on one side of the house, you have Kaser and Janelle, and they are the power couple on that side. And on the other side, you got Nicole and Cody. So those are the 2 power couples running the game, running the alliances. They have all the power right now.
Not to interrupt you, but this is probably like how we are in Florida, tracking a hurricane. Daily, this is going to shift and change, don't you think?
Until it's locked in, yeah. But this graph really sums up who's getting along with who. It's a great. Whoever made this did a great job.
Yeah, once this hurricane locks in, it's ready to go, and this is all-star season, so it's going to be a crazy ride. What do you think?
I totally agree.
All right, so right out the gate, Cody decides that he wants to go right after Kaser and Janelle, which, dang, that go for the 2, like, basically the 2 strongest people that you're saying, Cody, and who was the other one? Cody and Nicole try to target the other strong players, Kaysar and Janelle, on the other end of the spectrum.
Theory time. A lot of people are thinking that Derek helped organize and helped instruct Cody on how to go into the season because he's way more organized and strategic than he was in his own season when he was playing with Derek, where Derek was kind of the mastermind and Cody was just kind of like the hype man. But now Cody's making smart moves, and I guarantee you, Derek said, hey, when you get in that house, you've got to break up Janelle and Kaysar as fast as possible because everyone knew that those two coming in were going to be the power couple. They teamed up on 2 seasons together, and even though Kaysar always finds a way to get himself eliminated right before jury, he's still a powerful alliance member for Janelle. And so I think Derek told Cody, hey, split them up because he's kind of like, I don't know who I'm going to nominate. Hi, Enzo.
Enzo, we have our own Enzo. Say, hey, baby fans!
You got to be smart. These are not rookie players. Janelle's 4th time. Kaysar's extremely intuitive, and man, did they pick up that they were going to be the ones up on the block before. With this much evidence to go off of, they figured it out.
I wouldn't doubt for a second that there was some coaching going on Derek's end for sure in regards to Cody and him entering the house, especially since he wasn't going to be able to be there. But Cody did not give Kaysar and Janelle very much information to make them feel that they were safe. So with that being said, I think it was really, really smart for Janelle and Kaysar to use the safety suite pass. I thought that was smart because this is the All-Stars, and I know that none of them want to go home on the first week.
Kaysar had a really great way of phrasing it, and it was something along the lines where he said, when I went up to talk to Cody, he gave me the typical scripted PR HOH speech when you're like, well, I really don't know what I'm going to do yet. I got to kind of see how things play out. Usually when someone's saying that to you, you're not a part of his plans and you're in danger. Because he'll be like, oh, no, I got you, bro. That's usually how he'll react to you. But Cody was like, I don't know. I don't want to think about it yet. And Kaysar was like, gotta use the power.
Janelle and Kaysar can see right through that shit. Okay.
Yeah. They waited to the very, very last second. They went and swiped their VIP passes, which is a really cool twist. I think it's really, because it brings an element to the game that's new, which,
yes.
22 seasons, how many more new ideas can you come up that are really creative? But this one's great because you have 3 weeks to make a decision one time, and you have to think about it. If you go and swipe your card, you're admitting to the head of household that you don't trust them. So right away, you're declaring, hey, I think I'm in danger because I don't trust you. So that's one aspect of it. But then if you don't do it, you can get voted out with a power in your hand that you never used. But then if you wait, you can end up competing against 6 other people. But if you go early, you're not competing against anyone. I love anytime a twist has 5 different angles to it. It's great for Big Brother. And Janelle and Kaysar definitely capitalized on the power.
Yeah, that is the ultimate what to do.
His gut was telling him to use it. They used it, and sure enough, they were in danger. And then there's people like, your name didn't even come up. And Kaysar was like, okay. Then he goes to the dining room. He's like, I blew your plans up, Cody. I know I did.
That could have gone one way or the other, but since Kaysar and Janelle are so confident in their gameplay, they didn't smell that big fat turd that he was trying to sell them. Okay, but I think that Kaysar's coming in hot. I don't know if that's going to be good for his game or bad.
Man. His diary room sessions, I'm going to annihilate everyone. I'm going to do that. And it's so funny because it's
He's the warrior right there, but I don't know. He does really come in hot in everything that he does. And I have a ton of respect for Kaysar. Like I said before in our video when we were just speculating that Kaysar was going to be on BB, I said he has a very high moral code and he gets in his own way. People did not like that I even liked Kaysar or that we were talking about Kaysar. I don't know. People did not enjoy that. But it's kind of like with Nicole. There's people that love Nicole. There's people that don't. I thought more people liked Kaysar than I realized. But I like him as a person. And I just hope that he can stay in this game just a little bit longer, even though he's coming in so hard right now.
I might have had a different experience than you because when I'm the Twitter one. If you see Life After Neverland, on Twitter, it's me because she doesn't touch Twitter. And I saw a ton of Kaysar fans, and I only had one person who came back at me when I was supporting Kaysar, and it was because I said that Kaysar called out Dr. Will's BS. And they're like, he didn't call Dr. Will's BS out. And I'm like, did you watch the season? Because he did, 4 times. I think we're seeing a different Kaysar, though. But he says since he's become a father, and he's had some more life experience, and he watched himself in previous episodes, he can see where he can improve on his social game. And man, is he doing that. He's taking house guests one at a time, and he's not talking about who are we going to nominate or who are we going to vote for. He talks to them about their life experiences and what their goals are and what they think about what's going on in the world right now. He's building relationships, and that is what you do weeks 1 through 6. You make best friends, because then those people are going to be so tight with you, and then later when you talk game with them, like even if they're not in your alliance, they're going to want you to be picked off last because they really like you, you know? So what he's doing is really smart, and it's bringing so much value to the live feeds.
Yes, you get to really know the All-Stars. They're really letting a lot of things slide when it comes to the live feeds, because when we talk about last season with the live feeds were down a lot. And it really did seem like Big Brother was trying to hide a few things, because people were getting frustrated. Janelle is like spilling all the tea, you guys. So if you don't have the live feeds, you need to get them ASAP. If you are a Big Brother fan, that is a must. I don't think Big Brother After Dark is happening right now like they used to. You must get them. They're actually letting these BB All-Stars spill the freaking tea about each other.
The TV episodes are somewhat watered down compared to what you experience on the live feeds. The live feeds are where it's at.
So basically, Kaser won the safety suite.
But what happened to Janelle?
Well, you get to pick someone. Now, you might think that's not fair, but what was I going to say about that? Not being fair, because it kind of calls out that person.
Well, you're admitting who you're aligned with.
Exactly. So that's the other element of this safety suite that can really bite you right in the ass.
You're admitting you don't trust the head of household. You're calling out your alliance member, but you're safe. It's a trade-off.
You're definitely exposing yourself, too. So I do really like that element of the game. I like it a lot.
Yep.
You're safe, but then you're not. Now you have to fight for your life. Let's see here. I love Janelle's star costume. You know, of all the costumes that they've had, I thought that one was quite fun. And it was funny to see Janelle in a costume like that, because I don't believe she's ever had to wear one like that ever. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, she said she's never had a punishment. I'm like, in 3 seasons, you never had a punishment? Like, that's crazy.
That tells you something about Janelle as a player. Another moment that happened was Kevin. He went in to talk to Cody, and they had a real heart-to-heart. And Kevin was, like, really talking about, he was being honest and he was being vulnerable. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. I love to see these all-stars. You would think that they would go in and they'd all be, like, warriors and, like, hyped up, confident, and full of themselves. But they're not. And Kevin revealed to Cody that he always basically feels like the underdog. He's basically been bullied before, and he doesn't have really high self-esteem. I have so much respect for Kevin for saying that, and now I just want to, like, protect him so badly. Like, I'm gonna feel really helpless if he goes home this week. I'm highly concerned about it. Cody was very empathetic about it, which I was also impressed with, because he comes across obviously like a typical muscular, popular dude that everyone loves, and he has all the ingredients to be like some of the other players we saw in last season, those that shall not be named. But he's not. He's surprisingly very warm-hearted. He offered to give Kevin a hug, but it was genuine and sincere. So I was really disappointed in a way, because he still decided to put Kevin up on the block even after having that heart-to-heart. And then he defended himself by saying you got to keep your emotions out of the game. I agree with that to an extent. Maybe there was no other choice, you know, for Cody.
David.
Oh, yeah. No, that's perfect. He could have put David up. And what would his reasoning be? David, I heard you say that you didn't know what a veto is. So now you get a chance to know what the veto is. I just am scared. I don't want Keisha or Kevin to go home, but I think this whole season's going to be like that.
Yeah,
all of us are going to be like, I don't want them to go home. No.
Every week is going to be like this. And that's what a lot of Twitter people are saying. It's like, it's going to be heart-wrenching every single week.
Who do you guys think Cody should have put on the block? Do you agree with us? Do you think it should have been David Alexander instead of Kevin? What do you guys think? Please let us know in the comments down below.
I like Kevin, but honestly, I think he needed to be on the block because he wasn't playing. Like, he was being all over the place. And then after he got nominated, he's like, that's it. I'm done crying. I'm going to fight. Cody, I'm coming for you. I'm like, okay, well, that's the Kevin we needed from day one, actually. I think David, would have been the perfect one to go home. I know a lot of people are saying Christmas, but guess what? Christmas is proving y'all wrong. Y'all came at me when I said Christmas, and let me tell you, Christmas has got one of the strongest social games right now. She's a fierce competitor. I'm telling you, she's going to be here for a long time.
I hope she is. I want to see Christmas play this season, and I think that's the ultimate combination that they have here on this Big Brother season is legends combined with people that basically are comeback kids. Yep. So Christmas is a comeback kid. Let's see how she does.
Yep.
David, you're letting me down, dude. You let me down last season, and you let me down this season.
Cut me deep, bro. You know what? Screw it. I'm on the red side. Go Team Janelle. Win HOH next week.
Janelle Kaser, that's where it's at for us. Let us know in the comments down below. You guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the notification, and the like. We would be tremendously grateful. We're trying to grow this channel. We want you to be a part of our community.
Yes. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll be back on Friday with another video after what happens on Wednesday and Thursday. So until then, you can follow us on Twitter, Life After Neverland. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TVCO, Life After Neverland. Look us up, hang out with us, talk to us on Twitter, and we will see you later.
And all of those links will be in the description.
Down below. Bye.